first graders, it's Mrs. Belatesh here. I hope you had a wonderful break. Today, we're gonna go back in time just a little bit because we were supposed to look at what happened to the daylight on December 21st. But we weren't in school on December 21st, so we're gonna go back in time to take a look. On December 21st, that was the shortest day of the year. There was only 9 hours and 53 minutes of daylight on that day. So that means if there's not a lot of light and heat from the sun, it's colder. However, as the days get longer, here it is in June. June is a warm day, a warm month because we have a lot of daylight, a lot of light and heat from the sun. Remember, we talked about the sun. The sun is our most important star. It gives us life on Earth. It gives us light and heat. We couldn't have life on Earth without the sun. Thank you, sun. Now, let's take a look at the weather for today. I'm very excited about talking about the weather today because something is happening that very rarely happens in Southern California. So right now, it's during winter break. It's Monday, December 28th. And outside, it is raining. And it's pretty cold. Hey, we just talked about how we don't get very much light in December. Maybe that's one of the reasons it's cold. Let's take a look at the rain. Today's weather report is rain, rain, and more rain. It is precipitating. The rain is falling from the sky. Gravity is pulling it down. And it's a gray, cloudy, rainy day. I want you to get your paper bag with your science kit materials in it. And I want you to take these things out. We have a lot of fun things in there. We have some bubble solution with a bubble wand. Put that aside. We're not going to use it yet. We will use it, but not quite yet. We have a feather. We're going to use that today, so keep that out. We have a cotton ball. We're going to use that. Keep that out. We have a straw cut in half, and it still has its paper covering on it. We're going to use that, so keep that out. We also have some string and a paper napkin and some blue sticky dots and some paper clips. Keep those together because we're going to do something with that today, okay? So how do we know that there's air all around us? Well, first of all, put your hand in front of your face and blow. Can you feel the air coming out of your mouth? You can feel it. It pushes against your hand. But one of the problems is that air is invisible. Most of the time, it's invisible and you can't see it. When are some times that we can see air? Think about when it's really cold in the morning. What happens when you breathe out? You see, like it looks like smoke. It's not smoke, it's fog. And it's fog, it's warm, moist air coming out of your mouth. Okay, so we know that there's air all around us. Now, take your straw and take the paper off of your straw. And do you see the straw has a little flexible thing in there? Yeah, so that's good. And now I want you to take your feather and put it in the end of your straw and blow. Wow! My feather was falling slowly through the air because the air was pushing back up against it. And what pushed the feather out of my straw? Air. I blew the feather out. Woo! So much fun. Now I'm going to give you a little challenge. you need to put the cotton ball on your desk or on your table, and without touching the cotton ball with your body, you need to move it to the other side of the table. Any ideas what you could do? You could blow on it because air takes up space. It's all around us. I'm going to use my straw and I'm going to blow my cotton ball across the table. When I dropped the feather, it didn't fall down really, really fast. The feather floated down through the air because the air's pushing back up on the feather. There's something that people use when they want to jump out of an airplane, and it's called a parachute. This is a really pretty parachute, but we are going to make our own parachute right now. To make our own parachute, you're going to need these supplies. You're going to need your paper napkin, and you might want to open it up so it's nice and flat like this. You're going to need the 4 strings, and you might want to separate them right now. Take a minute and separate the 4 strings and put 1 string at each corner. You might have 5 strings. That's okay. I wanted to make sure that everybody had enough strings. Then you're going to use these blue stickers, and we're going to use the blue sticker to put the string on the napkin. Watch how I do it. I'm going to take the end of the string and I'm going to go right at the corner of the napkin, and I'm going to put my blue sticker on the string and the napkin, just like this. So my napkin is sticking to the string. And now I'm going to do the rest of the corners. Okay, now I have my string on my napkin, and I have my blue sticky dot on each corner. I want to keep the blue sticky dots up, and I'm going to take the middle of my paper towel, paper napkin, and I'm going to bring all of the strings together. And now I'm going to use another blue sticky dot, and I'm going to put it at the end so it connects all 4 of the strings. Do you see how all 4 of the strings are there? And I'm going to fold my sticky dot over so that now all of those 4 strings are stuck together. And now I'm going to take one of my paper clips and I'm going to put it on the end, just like that. And now, boys and girls, I'm going to drop my parachute. I'm going to try to open it up as much as I can, and I'm going to let it go. Boys and girls, please get your science notebook out, and I want you to glue in this page. It says parachutes, because we just made a parachute. And the question is, how does a parachute interact with air? What happens? Does the parachute fall fast or slow? Does the air go through the parachute, or does the parachute catch the air? I'm going to write, the parachute catches the air and falls slowly to the ground. Boys and girls, my parachute worked pretty well. I liked it, but I had a couple of problems with it. Sometimes it folded over as it was falling down, and sometimes it fell fast, and sometimes it fell slower. So, do you remember when we did the engineering project about sound and light? We are going to do a little engineering project on the parachute. When we do engineering projects, there are different stages of the project. We ask questions about it, we brainstorm some ideas, we make a plan, we design, and then we also make improvements. And that's what we're going to focus on today. Improving the parachute that we already have. What would you do to make the parachute fall slower and more evenly? Turn the page in your science notebook and write at the top, engineering improvements. And then you can choose one of these 5 improvements, or you can come up with some more improvements on your own. But you need to write at least one way that you would improve this parachute. Would you add a second napkin? Would you cut the strings shorter? Would you use a smaller napkin? Would you use a larger napkin? Would you add more weights? And if you have your own idea, add it on your paper. This is not a spelling test, so don't worry about spelling. Then, boys and girls, you need to build it and test it and show me on Seesaw. I loved seeing your engineering projects last time, and I can't wait to see what you do this time. All right.